for the Lord.
I want to play a game.
Not tonight, baby. Your father and I might be swinging.
All right, welcome to episode 19 of the Three Basket Cases podcast. I am Jay. With me are Frank and Peter. We are the number 3 Basket Cases on all social media, and if you want to email us, the number 3 Basket Cases podcast at gmail.com. Tonight we are doing TerrorVision, which is definitely have a lot to say about that. Before we get into that, we're just going to each go around and give a movie recommendation that we've watched recently. And I watched Companion, which I thought was very good. That's my recommendation. Had a couple twists that I definitely wasn't expecting. Good acting. It was a fun watch. It moved. It had good twists. So that's my recommendation.
I am. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. I was going to go on the absolute opposite end of the spectrum there, as far as good acting and everything. I watched Thanksgiving.
Okay.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, about the killer turkey that's been necromanced.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Yeah, you just got stuffed. So that's a definite recommend around Thanksgiving.
I may have seen that
one.
movie
I'll watch every year,
more than once. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. He's just kicking off one-liners left and right. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good for him. I watched. I don't have a movie, but I'm trying to finish up Animal Kingdom, the show, because I got a notification that it is going off of Netflix November 30th. So I've been going like a bat out of hell trying to finish it, but I didn't do that. So I got to pay for every episode now for the next 9 episodes. But I do recommend Animal Kingdom as a show.
All right. Thanksgiving is also where The Substance got the idea for their ending.
Really?
Yeah, that scene where the turkey shows up with the face of the
boyfriend. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
They totally ripped that off.
Holy shit, they ripped off Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving wasn't nominated for an Oscar, if I remember correctly.
I never thought Thanksgiving would be having major films rip them off, but there you go.
Speaking of major films.
Yes, speaking of major film, that's a good segue. Frank is going to be doing the walkthrough on today's major film, TerrorVision. So take it away, Frank.
1986 classic TerrorVision. So the movie starts out on planet Pluton with the sanitation department and the mutant creature disposal unit. We see an alien trapped in some sort of a chamber. There's another alien behind a control board, and he pulls a lever, and the alien in the chamber vanishes, and it looks like it's beamed into space. It bounces off a bunch of planets, and we go immediately into the TerrorVision theme, played by the Fibonacci's.
Hold on, though. I'm going to back up for 1 second. This is what I noticed, and I looked it up. It's true. The thing that shoots the thing out there, that shoots the beam before it bounces off all the planets.
Yeah.
They took a model of the Starship Enterprise and flipped it upside down.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't they take the thrusters off of it or something and
they took something off, but the big round circle thing is the base, and the thing flipped upside down and it shoots out of the Starship Enterprise. I don't know how they got away with that legally, but God bless them.
Nobody was paying attention to TerrorVision.
I guess not.
I thought the alien looked really cool too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Like way better special effects than I was expecting from this movie.
Yeah, right out of the gate. I agree.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of music, doing a little research about the composing of the film, apparently they went to the Cramps to do the composing for this film, and they were about to go on tour, and then they called Frank Zappa, and he actually was screen the film, but he wasn't able to do the composition for the film.
That would have been pretty badass.
Yeah, yeah. The director there's a documentary called Monster on Demand, the making of TerrorVision, and the director Ted Nicolou talks about the composition of it, and how he tried to get these major acts to do it, but just couldn't manage to get it done.
Well, I mean, the song was still good. It's not like they missed out and then they ended up with a crappy song. I thought it was a cool theme song.
Yeah, the theme song was great. Apparently, he had been listening to the Fibonacci's, and he got some B-52 vibes, and he just liked the sound.
It's been stuffed in my head for the last 2 weeks. I can't not hear it.
Great
Just
tune.
walking down the hall.
I think I was whistling at work today. So we start the movie. We're focusing on a TV that glitched out, and Raquel, the mom, is complaining. She's yelling at her husband. She's right in the middle of her workout program, and Stanley, the dad, who is played by Garrett Graham. You may remember him from Child's Play 2. He was the dad in Child's Play 2. He's outside. He's installing a satellite dish to do-it-yourself 100. And the wiring's all smoking and sparking and stuff like that. And then Susie arrives, the daughter, and she's dressed like a punk kind of valley girl type vibe to her. She's in multicolors, stereotypical 80s.
She was Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. Amped up about 10%.
And she's complaining about the TV on the fritz. Then the doorbell rings, and Susie goes to greet her Gramps, who's at the door. And he's holding a sign that says Lizard Tails, a self-regenerating food source for survival. He asks about U2, and Susie asks, like the band. He says, Fooey, like the spy plane. So he's some sort of a survivalist, doomsday theorist or something like that.
He's just got permanent PTSD from whatever war he was in.
Right. He's got, and to show that he's in the military, he's got a hat that's got 7 planes on it. We get it.
Right? Then the sales guy for the satellite dish is outside. Norton, I think his name is. And he's, for some reason, he's there watching Stanley install the satellite dish. And he tells him he can't help him install it because it's not under warranty.
Yeah, what kind of contract do they have with the satellite guy? I mean, the rules of what he can and can't do doesn't make any sense. And he seems to have the schedule of like a 24/7 hospice nurse.
Right. He's always there.
He's always there.
But he can't do anything.
No, he's not able to do anything, but he's and he comes back.
And he's sitting there just drinking Stanley's beers.
Well, I mean, he was also checking out Stanley's wife, so I think that's part of it.
Oh, yeah, he definitely wanted to hit that. There's no question there.
She actually, the woman that played Raquel, actually auditioned for, well, she didn't audition, but she was brought in to play Medusa. And she read the script and went to the director and said, I'd rather be the mom. And he was like, yeah, sure, why not?
She was in a movie called Eating Raoul, which was, I remember the poster for that. It's kind of the first movie that I actually haven't seen it, but I remember it being advertised and it being a black comedy, like a dark comedy. It's the first time I knew what that was. I was like, oh, okay, a comedy can be, mean-spirited. I'm in.
Hey.
I was very confused by this movie because the acting by everybody is so over the top bad. But then I look at their IMDb's and they all have extensive credits on it. It's not like Microwave Massacre, where it was like their first movie. They're all like 20 films into their. So was this like a direct, like a?
Oh, it was deliberate.
Okay.
Yeah, it was absolutely deliberate. Okay. The director wanted them to be over the top, campy. Like, you can't. I mean, Stanley's lines. throughout this
Yeah.
movie. I mean, it was totally intentional.
Okay.
Which I appreciate, but the only problem I had with that is that a lot of movies in the 80s were kind of that bad also. Like the acting was terrible in most movies throughout that decade. So they didn't really distinguish themselves. Originally I was like, oh, this is just another movie in the 80s where the acting is terrible. So it took me a while to realize, oh, this is a thing. This is intentional. Oh, well, okay, I guess so.
Well, all the characters were intentional too. I mean,
Yeah.
they were talking about how they wanted to uh, basically have the worst stereotypes of people in Los Angeles
Mm.
because he knew at the beginning everybody would be killed off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was basically you wanted all the ridiculous stereotypes. You had swingers from the LA Valley, and you had new wave music was big, and punk rock was big, and survivalists were kind of out there. So every character was meant to be kind of unlikable in their own little way.
Okay.
What was the satellite repair guy? What was his theme? He had like
I don't know, just
he looked like a John Waters movie. He had the tie tucked into his
into his
pants.
pants.
Right. Couldn't figure him out, but
I
So-
noticed like the daughter Susie. Every time there's a scene, she does like 3 different reaction faces for like whatever emotion she's supposed to feel, and I guess that was intentional too. But it was just like she's smiling, she's frowning, like she just makes 3 different faces for everything, and it was just weird.
Well, I
I
guess
kind of
the guy that played OD went to the director at some point and was like, "Is this too much? Is this
No.
am I being too much?" And the director's like, "Absolutely not. Keep doing what you're doing."
right. Can you amp it up to high school play and then times that by 1,000? Because that's what we're looking for here for some reason. Although I do want to bring like I love the 80s work. Like I wanna go to work tomorrow and tell Caroline from accounting that her sweater is totally barfy. I think I might do that.
That sounds like a good idea. Solid plan in 2025.
That's right. Your sweater's barfy, Caroline. Anyhow.
So Raquel greets her dad, asking him how downtown was. He complains that you used to be able to do good and disseminate literature, and now it's all bums and weirdos and kooks. And Raquel tells him to stop being so paranoid. Is it all bums and weirdos and kooks in the city, Jay?
There's also assholes.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
it's still, it reflects modern times.
Yeah.
Well, I lived in Los Angeles for a while. I was in the 80s, but that's pretty spot on.
Oh, nice. All right. So Grandpa walks out. He's talking to Stanley about the satellite dish, asking if he can pick up some enemy movements and enemy movements through the satellite dish.
Right in 1986 Los Angeles.
And Sherman, the son, he pops out from behind a corner. He's dressed all in camo and shoots a toy gun at Grandpa. And Grandpa pretends to shoot at him, and apparently this is some sort of a war game these two have going on. Stanley proceeds to get more agitated that Norton won't help him install this satellite dish, and only wants to guzzle his heinies. So he decides to wail on the satellite dish with his hammer to try to fix it.
As one would.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what anybody would do. And just as he finishes hitting the dish, you hear some thunder in the clouds, and the bright light appears, and a beam goes straight into the satellite dish, which I thought was a pretty cool effect.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but I have a question. Was that incidental to him hitting the satellite dish with a hammer? Did that somehow cause that, or is it just coincidental?
I think it caused it.
Okay.
We'll go with caused,
All right.
maybe. It just happened, Peter.
Yeah.
It just happened, all right?
It- I feel like this movie did for satellite dishes what the Microwave Massacre did for the microwave, which was absolutely nothing, but wow for trying. It's like satellite dishes were this big thing that they were gonna, uncover and get to the bottom of and turn upside down. Right.
So it looked pretty cool. I mean, the box is flaming, the electricity is going through the satellite dish. I thought the effects were pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah.
So everybody is basically like, what the fuck just happened? And we see a shot of the house, and Stanley says, "All right, guys, this baby is going to open a whole new dimension in television pleasure." And he's got a comically oversized remote, which actually has its own miniature satellite on the remote, which I thought was just awesome. It was incredible. They check out the different channels, and Stanley keeps he's messing around with it, and he falls on a porn channel with an orgy happening. And what does he say there?
Channel 69.
Stanley! This is grungy!
Yeah, kid.
So good. He turns it to MTV, and Grandpa freaks out, saying something about intellectual decay, and he tries to grab the remote from Stanley. And they're wrestling for the remote, and the satellite dish is spinning all over the place outside. And a bright light comes from the TV, and like multicolored lights come out of the TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The TV goes back to normal, and then we meet an Elvira knockoff called Medusa is playing on the TV. Grandpa sees Medusa, and he says, "Would you look at those hooters?" And Stanley is like, "Holy tomato!"
This family is very comfortable with each other.
Yeah. It goes down that rabbit hole even more so.
So we go back outside. The control box is smoking. There's ooze coming out of it at this point. And they're sitting around watching TV for a minute. And the doorbell rings as Susie says, "I'll get it. It's my new boyfriend, OD." And Stanley asks, "Oh, an Irish boy," which that cracked me up. You get it? OD, Irish boy. Come on. It's classic. It's great. OD's all dressed in black leather chains. He's like a metalhead or something like that from the...
I was shocked when OD shows up because it's John Grise, who's the uncle in Napoleon Dynamite. He's like the main guy in White Lotus. Like he's like a legit actor with a resume, and there he is.
He was coming off Real Genius, and he was about to do Running Scared. This is the movie in between the two, which is two huge hits. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this movie for a while, I guess."
Yeah, with his, I guess he, I don't know if the wig was supposed to be that bad, I guess, but like he's got this black. It's supposed to be like a heavy metal rocker haircut, but it looks like a mop dyed black.
Yeah, dreads all over it. It looks like it hasn't been washed in 10 years.
Yeah.
Apparently he came in with the wig and no shirt for his audition and just stood there like silently with like a dumb look on his face.
Perfect.
And yeah, they were like, "You're in." Yeah,
you're not late.
Everybody else tried to do like wacky, shtick.
Mm-hmm.
And he just nailed it, just doing nothing apparently.
And then did the wacky shtick in the movie.
Yeah, right. Okay. Exactly. So Odie, he comes in, and he's immediately super pleasant, which is the opposite of what you would think from this character.
Yes.
I think
he's like, "A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Putterman." And he compliments the mom's outfit. He's like a total gentleman at this point.
Yeah, they had a shocked look when he came in, and then he was so nice they instantly liked him. And I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming.
Susie asks if her and OD can use the jacuzzi tonight. And Mom says, "Not tonight, baby. Your father and I might be swinging." So they're going out there, and they're putting themselves out there for some swinging action.
And again, not shy about it in front of the kids.
No, kids love it.
Almost even aggressive about it.
Yeah.
I would say later on in the film, Raquel is definitely aggressive about her need to swing.
Yep.
So Sherman and Grandpa are watching TV. They're eating some lizard tail jerky because it's a replenishable food source. You just rip the tail off a lizard and it grows back.
Sure.
And I, it seems pretty feasible.
That's plausible.
Why not? I'm surprised it hasn't been done. Or maybe it has. I would love to know what the movie was that they were watching with the two lizards that were battling each other.
Yeah.
And one falls down a volcano.
Oh God, I would have picked it next.
I want to know what that movie is.
Yeah, it looked like almost like a Godzilla movie, but it was real lizards, I think, like fighting each other.
And I think every movie they were watching was they were legit movies. They weren't like make believe.
Right.
So I believe that's a real movie.
It must. I remember the director. I might have saw the same documentary saying like he threw a lot of movies that he used to watch as a kid into this movie.
Hey.
So I think we'll research. We'll figure out what it is.
Yeah. Odie is sitting there with Sherman. He asks Sherman if he's in the metal, and puts his boot up, tells him to kiss the boot. Sherman points a gun at his balls and tells him to kiss the ass, bozo. It's a good little one-liner there.
Scene made no sense.
No, none at all.
Because he's just coming off like, oh, I'm a nice guy. And okay.
And then mom and dad, they're talking about OD. And they're getting ready to swing. And dad's talking about how ridiculous OD looks as he's putting on like 3 giant gold chains.
And his shirt is like 9 buttons down. He's got 1 button at the bottom of his shirt. Every other button's open.
Grandpa's watching TV. He's messing with the buttons at this point. He hits a bunch of buttons. And then we get the first shot of the monster, which we find out is called the Hungry Beast later on. Well, we'll just call it the monster. They get bored. They turn the TV back to Medusa, where she says she's going to open up the phone lines pretty soon. The camera, it progressively it hits a close-up of Medusa's tits, and it just gets closer and closer and closer until you're like into her boobs.
It's the whole screen.
It's the entire screen. And then
I thought they were going to go into her skin at one point.
And then it fades to a showing of the giant claw. Is the movie that they're watching with that giant bird that's up on top of the tower there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I got that movie.
Okay.
The screen glitches again, then it goes back to the monster, and some crackling happens. A shadow comes over Grandpa, and the monster has come out of the TV at this point. And Sherman wakes up to see one of the eyes. It's like a tentacle eye staring at him, and he screams. And Grandpa wakes up, he screams, and the monster beams itself back into the TV. And Grandpa thinks it was a burglar that was intruding. And they go into the Putterman's bomb shelter, which I think is Grandpa's room. I think this is where Grandpa lives, in the bomb shelter inside of the Putterman's house.
Yeah, I got the impression that it was a bomb shelter / Grandpa's abode. Yes.
Yeah, you had the lizards in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and a giant Confederate flag as you walked in, I noticed.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit in there.
Yeah.
A lot of shit going on.
A lot to unpack in that bomb shelter.
They start arming themselves with guns and grenades and whatever the fuck else he's got down there. He's got a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff.
He's got a lot. And Gramps and Sherman confront Norton, the satellite repair guy, who's come back to fix the satellite. Because Stanley had called him to come back and check on it or some reason. So Norton's back again. They confront Norton, the satellite repair guy, and they basically say, "Oh, it's not him." So they start to go recon the house, and we come past like a statue of a naked woman with water coming out of her nipples at this point, which goes into the. We'll come into that in a little bit.
So apparently the director and the production designer scouted swingers pads in LA to get inspiration for this actual house.
Yeah, swingers pads. They read a lot of porn magazines.
The house was awesome. I mean, tacky as hell, bright, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked great. I
Yeah.
mean, the design was incredible. I mean, all the artwork on the walls, the statues. I mean, it captured the vibe of what they were going for.
And then they had, I don't know, like the room where the grandpa, they found the ooze. There was a couch that was probably like 70 feet long, and it was in like a giant U, and it had like 600 pillows on it. It was incredible. It was insane.
Yeah, yeah. So Norton is checking things out, and the monster appears and overtakes Norton, and he screams. So Norton's been killed by the monster at this point. Grandpa is going to go meet up with Sherman to check out what the scream was. And when the TV starts to make static and the monster appears behind Grandpa.
And it's cool looking. It's a cool looking monster.
It's awesome.
It was, I guess there might have been a little bit of back and forth between John Carl Buechler. Yeah, that's how you say it. Buechler. And the director over what they wanted the monster to look like. The director wanted it to be goofy and kind of lovable and scary with no symmetrical features whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they nailed it. And, at any one time on the screen, I guess there would be 3 or 4 different things going on with the monster.
Mm-hmm.
So it would always look animated. And evidently, every time the monster was on screen, they'd have to lube it up to give it like a slimy look.
Mm-hmm.
So every time the monster was there, they would have to throw buckets of like whatever the hell it was. KY jelly.
It was like one of the components of KY jelly they used, and just douse the thing.
Yeah, just to give it the look.
My big takeaway is John Carl, I thought it was Butcher. He's the director of Friday the 13th, Part 7. In my entire life, I had no idea how to say his name, but now he's the monster guy on this and Troll, and it's what is it?
Beekler.
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 How can it be that? It is, because I heard it. That's not
I
how
don't
it's
know
spelled.
how. I mean, it's his last name is spelled Buechler.
Right.
And then I'm watching the documentary, and they said Beekler.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I was like, that's not your name, sir. Why don't you know your name?
That is not how you pronounce that name.
That's not how you pronounce your own name. I should know. The director of Friday 13th, Part 7. I saw it in the credits.
Yeah, apparently Troll finished rapping because he directed Troll in Italy, and this film was made in Rome as well. And he had about a week and a half in between rapping Troll and starting TerrorVision and making the designs for the monsters and everything and getting the monsters over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy schedule he had. So Grandpa gets it really good. Grandpa turns around. The beast grabs his head with like a tentacle and starts like sucking his insides out and like folds his head in half.
It was incredibly good special effects on that part. I was
I agree.
I was shocked at how good that was.
Yeah,
I did not see that coming like that.
No.
His boots fall off and it just oozes out. His legs ooze out. And then he's just a puddle. And I thought it was awesome how the monster's tongue came out like a dog and just lapped up all the ooze and ate his pants.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Like what I was looking at didn't make an ounce of sense in terms of, human geometry, anything, but it looked amazing. Like, where does body go? Okay.
It just got dissolved. I don't know. It's kind of like the fly or something where it like dissolved it and then ate it.
And is he bleeding green? I didn't get the green. That's just.
And you know what? He crushed Grandpa's head.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna the skin off of it. Where does skull go?
No, he crushed it and folded it.
Right.
I thought he pulled like a leather face, took the face right off, and ripped the face off. Where'd the skeleton go?
To me, it looked like the head folded in half.
Oh,
it looked like it, but then he had the head, as he does throughout the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He blew it back up. I don't know.
Yeah, right. He just whatever. So the monster goes back into the TV. You know, Sherman came rushing in as the monster goes back into the TV, and Sherman goes back to the bunker and calls the police, telling them about the monster. And the police don't believe him.
He also does a terrible job.
Explaining himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or just lead with something has come in. I'm in trouble, you know?
There's an intruder. Somebody's trying to kill me.
He's not even speaking full sentence. This is a grown person. He's like, TV, monster, come. And they're just like, yeah, this is a prank. Go away.
So, he's actually on the phone with the police, and the monster starts to come out of the TV behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets off the phone, and for some reason, the monster goes back into the TV and doesn't end up killing him at that point.
Just playing games.
And just kind of messing around. And at this point, Raquel and Stanley show up with Spiro and Cherry. If Peter, you want to take it away from there?
Yes. So we have Spiro and Cherry, who they picked up at the swingers party or the swingers club, and brought back to the Pleasure Dome or the Pleasure Den or what is it? The Pleasure.
It was the Pleasure Den, then the Pleasure Dome.
And then there was a third one too, but this guy said pleasure one more time, man. I was going to stick a pencil in my ear and try to drive it through my head to the other side. But Spiro is Greek. Like every character in an 80s comedy, that completely defines him.
Yeah.
No action he takes or words he says can stray from the fact that he is Greek at all. I feel like in the 80s, particularly comedies, they did that a lot, right? Like if there's some guy was Italian, he would be a womanizer. They'd dress him up like Boyardee. He'd have lines like, "Oh, I'll go to the front line, but will there be pasta there?" You know, no idiot. And then we have Cherry. She kind of threw me for a loop, if I'm being honest. Like, here's this tall lady with what looked like white short hair and this red power dress, right? And I was thinking, like, who is this, like, sex forward, alpha liberated woman, you know, owning her lifestyle and
kind of like Drago's girl from Rocky IV.
Oh,
right. Yeah. And then she sounds like
this.
Wow! Now this is what I call romantic.
So I think she may have single-handedly be responsible for a woman not being able to get into the White House. Sorry, ladies, the glass ceiling has been raised to insurmountable. But there is also then a funny moment where the kid rushes in as they're meeting Spiro and Cherry. He's got like an M16 assault rifle, and he's like
a real
panicking.
One. It's not a toy.
It's not a toy. He's running in fatigues, pointing it at everyone, and no one seems to think anything of this at all. And then Cherry says, "Will he be joining us?" I mean, are you asking if a 10-year-old child who is the son of the couple you picked up is going to be having sex with you and his parents?
I think that's what she was asking.
Is that your question, Cherry? So Stanley shows them around while the wife puts Sherman to bed, and she doesn't really believe anything that he's saying at all. The kid ends up in the panic room bomb shelter with alien/grandpa. And here's, I think, where we really truly find out that the alien can mimic the bodies of its victims, which, you know, where did they get this idea from?
Definitely not the Thing.
Right. I was going to say, you know, go back to our best horror kills episode of all time, and that was my number one from The Thing, 1982, 4 years before this. Give you a hint, but all right. So she's dealing with Sherman and Spiro and, God, it's so hard to say their names. Spiro and Cherry and Stanley are in the pool room, I guess, or that's the pleasure zone. Right?
Did you notice when they are showing they first enter with the couple and they're showing them around, in the mirror, you see a guy in white pants. And there's nobody in the movie with white pants. I think that was the cameraman that got caught in the mirror.
I didn't notice that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
He's there for a good 10 straight seconds, too.
Oh God, I have to watch this movie again now and look for that. So they're in the room with the jacuzzi, or the jacuzzi, as he calls it.
The
The jacuzzi.
Right. Which is the size of a pool, which is
The
pretty
pleasure
cool.
dome.
Yeah, that's the pleasure dome, I think. And like everywhere else, there's just fine art pieces of, scantily clad women. Dare I say with an S&M slant? You notice that? There's
Well, I
like
mean, they're
whips and change and-
definitely S&M. They're naked too.
Yeah, yeah. It's all over the place. And here's where the Martian, what's his name?
Luthor.
Pluthar from Pluton comes on the TV on a channel and says that everybody needs to what is he?
Get rid of
render
their
your
satellites.
TV inoperable for the next 200 years. And that's his 200 years. That's his advice to the people of Earth.
People of Earth would rather get annihilated than get rid of their satellite for 200 years.
Yeah, just kill me. Just do that thing where I'm liquid on the ground and it tongue laps me up. Thank you. So they watch this for a while, and then it's less about what's happening and more about what these people are saying. Like the wife is still off dealing with the kid, and then Stanley, they're responding to this guy's warning, and then Stanley just says, what is it? It reminds him of a Japanese thing where the Martians steal all the Earth women and knock them up to repopulate Mars. To which Cherry asks, that sounds kinky. Is that hardcore? To which Spiro says, fantastic idea for a movie, Martians diddling the women of the universe. To which I'm saying, what the holy Christ am I watching at this point? Like, if this is going to be a porn, fine, but let's commit and stay steady so I know what I'm doing here. Like,
But he said it in accent. The accent is what made it.
Jesus Christ.
He's like diddling the women of the universe.
Right, because he's
So
Greek, if you
good.
remember. He's Greek. He's going to say it in that Greek accent. I mean, this is going to be a porn. Let's just do it. Like, I'll shut the door and let's get it done. But let's just figure out what this movie is. And that's what I have.
So at this point, the hungry beast, the monster's in the bunker, and he has Grandpa's head on like a tentacle or a tongue.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that.
I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that. And Mom asks, Dad, are you decent? And the monster answers in Grandpa's perfect voice, hold your goddamn horses. So the monster can manipulate heads and imitate voices perfectly.
Yep.
Did you notice the mom told like everybody that the son has mental issues and is on medication, and to just ignore him running around with the Uzi?
Yeah, he just needs his pills.
Yeah.
He's having an episode.
We're not going to take the gun away while he's on the episode, though. And he's got hand grenades on his vest.
Right. She just redirects the gun to point somewhere else. He'll be fine. He needs medication. Is he going to be joining us? All right.
So she believes him and makes Sherman go in, and she padlocks the door when she leaves. So Sherman is trapped inside the room with the monster pretending to be Grandpa. But now, conveniently, the monster's gone. It disappeared. Raquel goes back to the swinging party at this point, and Stanley is playing some porn on the TV for Spiro and Cherry in the pleasure dome.
And/or zone.
And/or zone.
Where'd you find this movie?
I saw this movie on TV maybe when I was 6, 7 years old. It was playing on TV.
So you probably didn't understand half of what was going on.
No, I had no idea. The monster was awesome. That's all I knew. The
It
monster was eating people, and it looked cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was freaking awesome.
I feel like
The
this
monster
should've-
was the star of the movie. The monster absolutely was the star of the movie. It had no right being as good as it was, or as cool as it was, or looked the way it did.
This had to have been on USA Up All Night at some point, right?
I think I was watching on
Yeah, no doubt.
regular TV, like Channel 20 in Connecticut.
Because I feel like they were even parodying Up All Night in the movie.
Seems
Yeah,
I got
with,
that vibe
Medusa,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Medusa was kind of like either Elvira or Rhonda.
Or yeah, kind of a combination of both. No?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I must have been 6, 7 years old, probably 89 or 90 or something like that, watching this movie. Fantastic. So Cherry asked if they ever considered putting Sherman in movies because he's awfully cute. And Raquel says that Sherman is too neurotic to be an actor. and
lay off the kid, Cherry. Kid's
really.
off the market, for fuck's sake.
Stanley says he only wants to be a soldier. Sherman only wants to be a soldier. Spiro says, such a manly pursuit, raping and pillaging, creating life and taking it away, like the gods of the ancient Greeks.
Yeah, he's Greek.
So poetic. He's Greek.
Because he's Greek, if you remember correctly. He's...
Stanley says, hey, guy, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Comprende?
The dialogue is just incredible.
So good. So good.
I guess so.
Cherry asks if it's okay to get in the jacuzzi, and Stanley says, of course it's cool. It's a perfect 98.6. It's like floating in your mother's womb. Cherry strips down to her bikini. Stanley says, holy tomatoes, when he sees her body.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I think the holy tomato, I think I might start saying that. That was probably one of my favorite lines of the movie. Said it a few times.
So
I'll say that at work tomorrow as well.
You got to. Raquel and Spiro, they're making some small talk. He's mixing some drinks for the four of them, while Stanley gets ready for some swinging. Pluthar, the sanitation captain of the planet Pluton, is on TV, where Sherman is, where he's giving the same warning to the people of Earth. That garbage from his planet may have accidentally transported to your planet, Earth, and may result in the end of your entire species. He says, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
that made me laugh. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, he delivered that straight. It was pretty good. So is garbage is the monster? The monster is considered their garbage? Is that correct?
It comes up later on in the movie.
Okay.
It explains it. The
you
TV
think
goes,
I would know.
The TV goes back to Medusa.
I have the same question. So.
Oh, come on. She opens the phone line, so Sherman decides to call Medusa because maybe she can help him with this monster problem.
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he does need his meds.
And she clearly doesn't believe him when he calls.
Shocker.
Yeah, unbelievable, right?
But she's entertaining it. She doesn't hang up on it like the cop did.
Well, I just like how it's this TV show, and she gives out the phone number, and one, she's the one who answers the phone, and two, like nobody else calls. I just thought that was funny.
I think that the actual number 2 was the number of Empire Studios, which is the production company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're back to Raquel and Spiro. They're mixing drinks. Spiro asks if Stanley takes it like a man. Raquel asks for a kiss from Spiro as a sneak preview, and Spiro asks if there's been some sort of misunderstanding and says, I'm Greek, you know.
Right. We know.
Spiro tells her that he likes boys, and Stanley is such a manly man.
Because he's Greek.
Because he's Greek, so Spiro's gay. Apparently Greeks are gay. I don't know. This must be some sort of a trope.
I guess.
I don't know. Either way.
I think he's probably bi, because then he wants to go cap Sherry right after that.
Yeah, he wanted to have a quickie with Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the main course, I think he said, or something to that extent.
So Stanley comes in to try one of Spiro's drinks. He takes a sip and he's like, what you got in this rocket fuel? You getting ready to blast off?
Yeah,
Another little innuendo right there. Spiro brings Cherry a drink, but it's pretty obvious that something's up. Like her head is above the water. It's all foggy and shit like that. There's mist and everything.
I thought that was a cool scene.
It was.
It was
Visually
cool. It's just
impressive.
they were like not confused that the crystal clear water was now covered in fog. Like 5 minutes later, they're just like, okay, we'll go with that.
I like how Spiro gets in there and he puts his hand in. He's like, "What is this, algae?" And he scoops up some slime and he's like, "Ah, maybe it is the sex lubricant."
Yeah, he's just in a pool of lube. He's like, all right, cool.
It's like, "Oh, great."
When
These
did
guys
that
know how to
happen?
swing. He asks Cherry for a quickie, and he gets closer to Cherry, and then these two huge claws come out of the water and grab his head. And it kind of reminded me of, again, The Thing,
Hmm.
where the guy puts his hands into the guy's chest, and the chest opens up. And that was what I was thinking. It reminded me so much of The Thing. And it pulls him down, it kills him. And that's the end of Spiro. We go back to Stanley and Raquel, and Stanley says he's going to have to straighten out old Spiro on the facts of life. As Raquel told Stanley of Spiro's intentions.
Definitely not happy about that.
And what was the plan too? Like, I'm guessing, the two husbands going at it while the wives watch isn't the most popular orgy package. Like, they didn't communicate this, and if that's your thing, go ahead and do it. But you got to communicate that. I mean, you're wasting gas and time.
They should have known because he was Greek.
I guess the warning signs of him being Greek, they missed.
You think they'd be, right up front about that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, whatever works, what you got to do. It's all good, but like, you got to be clear about that. You're just going to waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raquel thought she's getting Spiro. Spiro wants to bang Stanley. Spiro wants to bang Cherry.
Cherry wants to bang the kid. A lot of miscommunications going on.
And so Raquel and Stanley go back to the Pleasure Dome where the jacuzzi is all slimed up. And Stanley says, what?
What the hell did that homo do to the jacuzzi?
Suddenly he's like, a town? What is that?
This
movie
movie
is
just
filled with like red. What is it? Filled with like, looks like all these red patches, right? What is it?
like red patches and lights and weird shit going on inside of the jacuzzi.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
It was a legit question. It's just the delivery was
Fair
amazing.
enough.
Absolutely. This movie, you could just take one-liners from this movie and play them for like a half hour straight.
Yeah.
Movie's incredible. Hey.
Maybe we should just stop talking and just play the movie.
The hungry beast comes out of the jacuzzi and starts barking at them. Stabs Stanley in the chest with a tentacle and, presumably kills both of them.
Why does he bleed green? He kind of took the pinchers into his nipples, and of course his death scene was probably the most overacted thing I've ever seen in my life. But that's intentional, I get it. But he bled green.
Yeah,
or
I
maybe
don't know.
green is coming out of the. Maybe green is coming out of the.
I'm guessing
monster.
green is coming out of the monster because everybody he grabs has dark green stuff. So maybe that's how he disintegrates them. Maybe he's shooting acid into them.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. All right. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I think you're right.
Oh, Sherman hears the screams. He calls the police again, but they don't believe him again.
Because again, he's not explaining himself. He's just screaming about TV and monster.
Right. TV, monster, dead. They don't believe him. Sherman says, "Screw you," hangs up the phone, and then he gets some plastique explosives and lines the door of the bunker so he can get out.
Well done.
Huh?
Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Odie and Susie come back home just as Sherman blows the door off the hinges. Sherman tells Susie and Odie everything that's been happening, and they don't believe him either. Sherman, Susie, and Odie go into the Pleasure Dome. They find it all messed up. And then Sherman and Susie They then go to the parents' room where they find the animated heads of their parents and Cherry and Spiro in the bed, and the blankets are all up to their necks. So you can always see their heads there. And they tell the kids to not worry about anything, and everything's fine. And somehow they believe that these are their parents. And Susie asks if they've seen Gramps, and Gramps' head pops out from under the covers where it's been amazing. Presumably the whole time. And he's like, right here, honeybee, just taking care of some business.
Yeah, his line again. This is not really, shouldn't have been the star of the scene, but for some reason it was for me. It was a good scene. It was pretty funny. But you notice on the nightstand, there was just a picture of Raquel. It's like, it was just her head. She wasn't smiling. She was just like a headshot. It was an 8x10 of her face. She wasn't with her husband. It was just there. It's like the director was told, like, oh, you have pictures of your family in a house, and they had it there. It was the oddest thing. I kept looking at it like, why the hell is there just a picture of her head there? It's like 8x10 on the nightstand of just her. She's not interacting with anyone.
That's funny.
Yeah, I feel like that was totally intentional.
Yeah.
Because she was so vain and, into herself and self-absorbed.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. It was like a glamour shot of her.
She barely gave a shit about Sherman. All she was concerned about was Spiro and Cherry and swinging. She's like, get the fuck in the bunker so we can go fuck, all right? Like, get out of here, kid. Like, you're having an episode, you're waving around a gun. I don't fucking care. Go in there with your crazy grandfather so I can get my fuck on.
Yeah, and deactivate those grenades if you think of it.
Yeah, right.
Or don't.
So, OD, meanwhile, he's watching Pluthar on TV, giving out his warning, and the TV glitches out, starts shooting electricity, and the monster materializes in the front of Susie and Sherman and OD. He takes a swipe at OD, and OD starts running away. Sherman's shooting the monster, and the monster is about to kill OD, and he looks and sees OD's armband, which apparently triggered some sort of memory inside the monster of his previous owner, because it flashes to his previous owner with a black armband with like studs on it, like petting him and like feeding him and being nice to him. So the monster kind of thinks that OD is his previous owner and like stops.
Bit of a stretch, but okay. I guess so.
So so the monster's nice now, and the monster, if we talk about what he looks like, he's got 3 different shaped eyes. He's got like an eye on a big tentacle, which I think also has a smaller mouth underneath the tentacle. And then he's got like 3 rows of jagged teeth, a crazy looking tongue. He's just an awesome looking monster.
It's outstanding.
The design is so good on it.
Yeah.
And somehow it's crazy looking, it's scary looking, and it's kind of appealing at the same time. It's like a fucked up snuffleupagus or something.
Right. It's like a cross between Snuffleupagus and Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So the 3 of them are like assessing the situation, and OD is like, this is too rude. It reminds me of the movie with the little space guy. Made you cry like a little butthole. Sherman's like, E.T. stupid.
Could have been a few things, but yeah, I guess E.T.
Yeah, I mean, E.T. made me cry like a butthole when I was like 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was immediately like, I know what OD's talking about right here.
Yeah, that movie is traumatizing.
Yeah, it was fucked up. I only watched it once. I never watched it again.
Me neither.
I was like, God, fucked me up.
I think that was the first movie I saw in the theaters, and I just never wanted to see it again.
I think I still have it on VHS down in my basement somewhere. And
it was actually scary. It was actually scary, the woodshed scene.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. The fucking the agents coming in to get ET. It fucking scared me. Anyway, Odie walks up to it and he feeds it like a, I don't know what he's feeding it. It looked like a hot dog, but then he had a box. I don't know. Either way, the monster starts sucking in and sucks the whole box of treats into his mouth. So they're now feeding the monster. You know, never mind the family's dead and people are dead. They're like, holy shit, we got a fucking monster. This is great.
Yeah.
They can just, it fucking killed Grandpa.
Well, they don't know the
fuck it,
family's dead. They think the family's just having an orgy.
Oh yeah, they don't know that Grandpa's dead. Do they know that anybody's dead at this point? They don't know that anybody's
Sherman
dead.
should.
Well,
Sherman should.
Well, I think you skipped over the part where they stepped in the melted guts of the grandpa.
Yeah, but nobody even acknowledged that it was Grandpa. They were just like, ew, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah, they just yelled at Sherman. But yeah, I think they think the whole family's just having an orgy, and they have a pet monster because they talk about selling the monster and not cutting the parents in on the profits.
Yeah, and then a quarter of the movie is now this. They're explaining food and music and American culture in the 1980s, and you're sitting there like, what the Christ is going on? Like, this is
so
you got
good.
this great monster here. Like, do something with it. It's like winning a date with a supermodel. Like, it looks great, but nothing's happening.
Well, it did sneeze on Sherman, and a bunch of slime got on his face. But
it became the worst parts of E.T. when they showed E.T. It's like they ripped off the worst part of E.T. when they're showing E.T. how to do various things. I'm like, dude, you're a horror movie. Come on.
So they're teaching the monster about TV, and Susie has a line, next to food and music, this is mankind's greatest invention. I think a lot of people would agree with that these days.
Yep.
True enough. Well, that would be a cell phone and, very social media, but
Right.
I just kept waiting for like a Footloose style dance montage. I was just going to turn it off and you can find someone else to sit in on this if that happened.
Yeah, they teach the monster about music. Odie puts his tape in and the monster smashes the speaker because he hates it. They teach it how to say words. They feed it. It's nice.
No, what they should have done is instead of this whole 15-minute segment of teaching the monster all these various things, they should have started and led with that, and then the monster should have just killed all of them instantly, and then like danced and pissed on their disembodied corpses. Like that's what it should, the whole thing should have been a minute and a half, and that's what should have happened. Instead of wasting 15 minutes of my time talking, trying to feed the thing food and treat it like a pet. The horror movie, come on.
Well, so the kids leave the monster to decide what they're actually going to do with this thing. So they decide to monetize the monster naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's the 80s. We've got to monetize this. We've got a monster. So they decide, what else? We got to get the monster on TV. And how else are we going to get this monster on TV? We're going to call Medusa. Medusa's on TV.
She answers the phone on one ring every time.
Right. She's like the only one. Like, she doesn't have any producers or anything who might handle this.
And then Sherman calls her. It's like, come on, why would you lead with Sherman calling her?
Seriously.
And
better luck with
every single phone call he's made.
Yeah.
Right. Medusa brushes him off. Susie grabs the phone, tells Medusa she's the business manager for the monster, wants to know how to get him on TV, tells Medusa, listen, you want a party? We're having a party tonight. Like, come on by. We're on Putterman Lane. Like, get over here.
Right. There'll be a 10-year-old boy there. Apparently that's popular.
That everybody hates. Everybody in this entire movie hates.
Except Sherry.
I don't even think she likes him.
Well, that's my joke.
Odie and the monster, they're watching TV together. They're having a good old time. But the monster is kind of freaking out. The doorbell rings. Susie answers it. It's a cop with the arrest warrant for Sherman for making prank phone calls.
It's how everybody hates Sherman.
Jesus. I was wondering why the
Sherman's
cop was
a
there.
nice kid. Sherman's
You're arresting
a nice
him for
kid.
Well, the cop said after the first call, like, this is against the law. And then on the second call, he said, that's it. Now I'm going to arrest you. So by the third call, the cop's like, yeah, you're finished.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't take that as serious enough.
So now we're back with the monster, and he sees Pluthar on the TV and completely starts to lose his shit, starts to freak out. OD tells the monster to shut up, butthole, and then slaps it. And the monster grabs his face in a tentacle eye arm and eats his face off and kills OD.
I think OD got a little too comfortable with the unhinged monster.
Yeah, just a little bit. Listen, calling it a butthole is one thing, but striking the monster, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Did the size of the monster change?
Probably.
Maybe. I don't think
the
so.
height of it seemed to alter. Maybe not.
Maybe just the camera angle. I mean, it's all practical effects.
Yeah, true. But I did also read that the monster wasn't together as one big thing in many scenes at all. Like the kid in the interview said that, they'd have like the eye or the face or all that. It wasn't fully together most of this shoot.
Oh.
They just kind of shot, kind of like, in Jaws, like they just shot what they needed for that particular. They had like a fin or, a head, or they just used it for what they needed. So maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Sherman shoots the monster. The cop tells Sherman he's under arrest. Sherman throws a grenade at the monster. The monster is unhurt and then sneaks up behind the cop and eats the cop's hand, like dissolving it into like stumps, which looked awesome.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like the melting guy from RoboCop.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that looked pretty neat.
The actor who played the cop, he said that he showed up. I think he was in another movie or something else, and he shows up and he turned around. The monster was there, and he said in an interview, he's like, "I was like, really? This is it? This is the monster?" I guess it was a lot goofy or stupid looking than he thought it would be. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, if you've seen the thing for the first time, you're like, "Oh Christ, what's this?" All right,
It probably looks
a lot.
It probably looks a lot goofier in person too.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The
lighting was very good in the movie. The way they lit everything was quite well.
So he sucks the cop up, I think. I think he sucks him in and kills the cop.
I think the cop's dead.
The cop's definitely dead. Sherman decides they're going to blow the monster up. He gets a bunch of guns. He starts smashing the TVs because he figures out that the monster is transporting through the TVs. But this doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. He's smashing the TVs. It seems like a good idea. It doesn't make a difference.
Right.
Susie and Sherman, they go to evacuate their mom and dad because they can't leave them in the house because they think they're alive. They go to the room. They see the mom and dad are dead. Meanwhile, the monster's watching a movie in the jacuzzi, and he's having a great time.
He's like laughing.
Yeah, he's like laughing and kind of shaking around. He's watching the flying saucers going into the Washington Monument.
That was the best. Every time, like something. I think that was Earth versus the Flying Saucers. But every time, something crashes into like it gets destroyed, the monster just starts cracking up. So funny.
And he's kind of I can think he's dancing.
Yeah, he's like dancing and laughing and watching things get destroyed.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie.
He's having a great time. Susie and Sherman, they sneak up on the monster, and Sherman says he's got an idea and tells Susie to cover him. And he kind of starts walking into the room with the monster in the jacuzzi, and he slips on the slime. The monster sees him and grabs his leg, and Sherman tells Susie, shoot him. She starts shooting, and he's hacking off the tentacle off of his leg. As he hacks the tentacle off, he tells Susie to grab the remote and throw it into the pool. Now, apparently, the remote control for the TV is on a wire, and he grabs that, throws it, and they're hoping to electrocute the monster.
Was that the plan to begin with?
Yeah, I believe so. Okay. I think he was going to sneak up and throw it in there, but it didn't work.
Okay.
They run into another room, and Pluthar appears. Pluthar from Pluton appears in the room, and he teleports through the TV that was already smashed. So smashing the TV doesn't make a difference. He explains there's little time. He's come to exterminate the hungry beast. He explains that the hungry beast is a pet on his planet, like a dog or a cat, but they're prone to mutate wildly and eat everything in sight. And when the mutation occurs, they must be exterminated. And they're exterminated by being made into a beam of pure energy and beamed to the farthest reaches of the universe. So that is kind of the explanation of what this monster is.
It's a complicated pet.
Yeah.
Very complicated. The kids ask, like, what about mom and dad? And Pluthar says that he's like, oh no, the beings, it's ingested humans. I could lose my position for this. He's like, but what we could do is we'll get the monster alive, which is very unlikely, and we'll be able to extract some DNA from your parents and put it into a culture, and your parents will be back. And the kids are like, oh, they'll be like clones. And you'd be like, no, they're going to be your mom and dad exactly as they were. But they'll have to live in a special aquarium.
At this point, I'd be like, fine, just do that. I'm confused. I don't just whatever you want to do.
And now we see Medusa pulling up, and she's like, oh, this is a happening party. The cops already got called. And she walks into the house, and all she sees is Pluthar holding a gun pointed at the two kids as the kids are putting their guns down. And she walks over, and she's like, not so fast, asshole, and cracks Pluthar over the head with like her purse or something, and cracks Pluthar's helmet, the glass helmet. And he's like, he's screaming, and he's like depressurizing, and then his head explodes inside of the helmet.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah,
It's like great.
And the crazy thing was like, so it's like she apprehended a burglar who was going to kill them, but there was she didn't process in any way that this is like an alien life form. She just thought that she apprehended someone who was going to attack two children.
Hey, she just jumped into action.
Right.
She went right after her. Hey, good
You didn't
for her.
notice the green head in the spacesuit?
So Sherman, I love this part. Sherman is like kneeling down next to the monster's exploded head. He's like, spaceman, please don't die. Fucking head is nothing but green goop.
I cried like a butthole.
And at this moment, the monster bursts through the wall and starts sucking them in. And Sherman tries to shoot the monster with Pluthar's gun. He can't get the shoot. He gets one shot off, but he misses. And they're trying to get away. And then you see a shot of Sherman flying through the air towards the monster's mouth, because the monster is just sucking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he gets closer and closer, and he's screaming and screaming and screaming, and then it just cuts. And we get the outside of the house. Birds are chirping the next morning. Everything is silent. And we see Medusa's car, and her driver is in the front seat sleeping. And a tentacle comes out from the back seat and taps the driver on the shoulder. And Medusa says, the studio, Alan, make it snappy. Come on, come on, come on. And the monster like squeakily mimics, come on, come on, come on, which I thought was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a shot of the monster in the back seat with Medusa's fucked up head, and everybody's dead. Roll credits. That's the end.
The assistant didn't notice that like half her face was normal and the other half was melted.
Hey, he just woke up.
Yeah, he's like, okay, well, let's get to the studio then.
So yeah, that was TerrorVision.
Yes, it was.
That was TerrorVision.
The body count, I'm not going to count the assistant because I think he got to drive, was 12. 11 by the monster and 1 by Medusa.
Okay.
All right. Pretty good count.
Yeah, not bad. It's higher than
Some
a lot of
solid kills in there. I mean, the grandpa kill is one of the better kills I've seen in a horror movie in a while.
Yeah.
Weird, but good.
Yeah. So who wants to give their ratings first?
Well, Frank should go last. I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't I don't know what to do with this movie. Can someone tell me what to do with this movie? Because I just whatever Jay says.
So hard.
Whatever Jay says.
I mean, okay, it's the acting was insane. I mean, it's the fact that that was intentional is clever. It didn't really distinguish itself from other just bad acting movies in the 80s, which most of them were. I mean, it was over the top.
I mean, it was more over the top than bad acting.
It was more over the top, but do I like that? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I kind of wonder what it would have been like if, they kind of just, played it straight like a Phil Hartman kind of comedy, and then like Frank Zappa did the score. I think that might have been a different movie. Wouldn't mind seeing that. But I mean, it was entertaining. The monster was awesome. The only reason this is getting the score a little bit higher is the monster. The monster was incredible. It was really good. I mean, what takes it down is 20 minutes into this hour and 20-minute movie where, they're teaching the monster about TV, and then they're going to feed him food, and then they're showing him music. And I'm sitting there going, just have the monster kill people like it killed Grandpa for like this 15 minutes. You're wasting my time. But entertaining. I mean, it was shot well. It was like a ridiculous movie, but they put the time and effort into making it look good. I'm going to give it a 1.75.
Okay.
That's higher than the Microwave Massacre.
It is.
Slightly.
All right. So,
but again, I should probably say I do tend to rate lower than you guys, or maybe not even fairly, because I'm kind of holding off to like, the best horror movie in the world will be like a 4 or 5. So everything else is just,
yeah,
I rate low.
I do too. And I was lower for like the first 5 episodes. I think you started taking the curmudgeon role for the last few episodes.
I'm the Simon Cowell.
Yeah. So yeah, this one's definitely hard. Yeah, you're right. The acting is so over the top. It's almost distracting. The monster had looked way better than it had any business to look in a movie like this.
What movie are you in?
And some of the kills were like outright impressive. Because you're watching it, you're like, this movie was made for like $5, and then they'll have this like super awesome like practical effects kill that looked really good. You're like, where did that come from? There's a lot of funny lines. I agree, I could have done without teaching the monster all that stuff. So overall, I'm going to give it a 2.75 because I laughed a lot during the movie, and that's, if you're going to make a campy, ridiculous movie, that's the goal. I'm not obviously not going to get wowed, but if you're going to make me laugh a lot, then mission accomplished.
I'm up in mine to a 2. Okay.
The only reason I didn't put this on my top horror comedies is because I knew we were going to be doing this movie.
Okay.
This is, in my opinion, one of the funniest horror comedies made.
I know you're going at least 4. I just want to see how high you're going with it.
There we go.
The whole swinger dynamic is hilarious. The one-liners are hilarious. The monster looks incredible. The kills are great. The only thing, it does slow down for that 15 minutes when they're teaching it about food and words and shit like that. Like, that could have been condensed.
Or just eliminated.
Eliminated. Hey, 90-minute movie, then maybe they didn't want to make it 75.
Or bring a few more cops in and have them killed off in a cool way instead.
You're
of
right.
that scene.
Something.
Yeah.
I still don't hate those scenes, but they're not necessary. It kind of drags at that point.
Yeah.
But everything with Spiro and Stanley and Cherry and Raquel and Grandpa and Sherman and how over the top it is, the colors, the set design.
Yeah.
You could sit there and watch the movie and just look at the background and find new shit happening in the background.
Like the man with white pants.
The man with white pants. I think I watched it again the other day, and I was like, oh, I didn't notice that painting of these naked people, 69ing or whatever the fuck they're doing here. Like it, or another statue with water coming out. I mean, the set design is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might like this movie better on mute, actually.
I thought it was a interesting idea that it was a mutated pet. They got beamed down to Earth. I mean,
Yeah.
completely nonsensical, but I just think it's a super fun movie. Funny. It makes me laugh every time I watch it. 4.
Okay. I
This is
thought
a
you were
movie
going
that I can watch this movie anytime.
I was expecting higher, to tell you the truth.
I can't go too high because it's
5.
It's not like 6.5 out of 5.
What's the highest score of that?
No, I love this movie. I'm not gonna. It's not perfect by any means.
No.
I like Peter said, like 4.5 is probably like tops. I don't know if there's a 5 out of 5 movie.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe.
I haven't seen a 5 out of 5 horror movie, so
I mean, maybe
And I
The
love horror
Thing or
movies.
something like that. I don't know. But
well, maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. We're going to have to do one eventually.
Yeah. Which leads me to, I guess it's my pick, right?
Yes.
Oh, actually, Frank, are you done? Sorry.
We done gushing, Frank?
Were you done? Were you done with your review?
No, I could gush some more.
Please.
But, I think that's enough gushing for right now.
Okay.
My jacuzzi
All right.
is going to get all messed up.
All right. Do we have anything else, or should I inform us what our next movie is going to be?
Yeah, let's bring it out. What's our next movie?
All right. So next is our 20th episode, and I'm going to continue down the lowbrow spiral. And I figured I'm not going to call it our namesake because I don't know why we chose the name Three Basket Cases. I think it just sounded cool. But Basket Case is the next movie we're doing.
Excellent.
But I
That's
have
awesome.
caveat to it. And,
Okay.
And I'm going to open this up. Like, I haven't seen 2 or 3. I'd like to do 1.
Yeah.
But if you guys have a strong push to do 2 or 3, I would be open to. I heard 3 is an absolute abortion at best. But if you
2 was awesome.
Yeah, 3 is insane. It's insane.
So I'm gonna say
Let's do
basket
1.
case or basket case. One of the 3. What do you guys think?
I say we do 1 and maybe, we do 2 and 3 on different milestone episodes.
Okay, that sounds good. So basket case, the original basket case.
Excellent.
Yep.
Basket Cases does Basket Case.
Yep.
And
Luckily, I just bought the 4K release of Basket Case, so I can crack that open.
nice.
I watched it about a week ago. I
Okay.
put it on because I was thinking like, do I want to? I haven't seen it in a while. I'm like, is that my choice? And I was like, yes, it is.
Excellent. Okay, and then
And,
our next top 3 is Frank's choice, right?
Well, seeing as how it's December and it's Christmas season, I want your top 3 Christmas holiday horror films.
Okay.
Okay. Can do.
All right. So that'll be our next 2 episodes. And again, if you want to email us, 3basketcasespodcast@gmail.com. And we are the number 3 Basket Cases on all social media. And if you like the show, like and subscribe and help spread the word. You guys got anything else you want to cover before we go?
I think we've said it all.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. And we will be back soon.
This is the end.